No. Let's continue. I start to get tired. Let's put the light off. Let's read about the steam engine. Stationary steam engine. So maybe you should read about Mammoth, this brand or Dynamo, what the camcorder is being over. So I will think about what to use the last power for today. So I will go back to my bed and read this. It's soon 6 p.m. So I start to get tired.
Stationary steam engine. A stationary steam engine, preserved at Tower Bridge in London. This is one of two tandem cross-compound hydraulic pumping engines formalized to raise and lower the bridge. Stationary steam engines are fixed steam engines used for pumping or driving mills and factories, and for power generation. They are distinct from locomotive engines used on railways, traction engines for heavy steam haulage on roads, steam cars, and other motor vehicles, agricultural engines used for ploughing or threshing, marine engines, and the steam turbines used as the mechanism of power generation for most nuclear power plants. They were introduced during the 18th century and widely made for the whole of the 19th century and most of the first half of the 20th century. Only decline in gas electricity supply and the internal combustion engine became more widespread. Types of stationary steam engine. Double-acting horizontal stationary steam engine. The piston is on the-lift. The crank is mounted on the flywheel axle on the right. Mill engine, Queen Street Mill, Burnley. William Roberts horizontal tandem compound engine. Piece. There are different patterns of stationary steam engines distinguished by the layout of the cylinders and crankshaft. Beam engines have a rocking beam providing the connection between the vertical cylinder and crankshaft. Table engines have the crosshead above the vertical cylinder and the crankshaft below. Horizontal engines have a horizontal cylinder. Vertical engines have a vertical cylinder. Inclined engines have an inclined cylinder. Undertip engines are distinguished by having a locomotive-style boiler over top of a horizontal engine. Stationary engines may be classified by secondary characteristics as well. High-speed engines are distinguished by fast-acting valves. Corliss engines are distinguished by special rotary valve edge. Uniflow engines have admission valves at the cylinder heads and exhaust ports at the midpoint. When stationary engines had multiple cylinders, they could be classified as simple engines, with multiple identical cylinders operating on a common crankshaft. Marshall undertip steam engine compound engines which use the exhaust from high-pressure cylinders to power low-pressure cylinders. An engine could be run in simple or condensing mode. Simple mode meant the exhaust gas left the cylinder and passed straight into the atmosphere. In condensing mode, the steam was cooled in a separate cylinder, and changed from vapor to liquid water, creating a vacuum that assisted with the motion. This could be done with a water-cooled plate that acted as a heat sink, or pumping in a spray of water. Stationary engines may also be classified by their application. Pumping engines are found in pumping stations. Mill engines to power textile mills. Winding engines power various types of hoists. Refrigeration engines are typically coupled to ammonia compressors. Stationary engines could be classified by the manufacturer Boulton and Watt. George Saxon and Co. History. In order of evolution, Savory atmospheric engine, 1700. Newcomen engine, 1712. Watt engine, 1775. Hornblower, 1781. Trevithick, 1799. Wolf, 1804. Cornish engine, 1812. Gnort compound beam engines, 1845. Corliss engine, 1859. Porter Allen engine, 1862. Uniflow engine Todds, 1885. Steam turbine, 1889. 1. See also. Boilers. Centrifugal governor. The restored Kitto and Brotherhood beam engine at Cold Harbor, which is steamed up regularly on bank holiday weekends. Line shaft. Belt. List of steam energy topics. Live steam. Steam fair. Stationary engine. Steam donkey. Preserved stationary steam engines. References. Hills 1993.
Good. So let's just stop the video.